feel like I'm having a midlife crisis right now. Am I the only one? Please tell me. Please tell me I'm not the only one. What do I even say? Was not expecting to wake up to that. For those of you that don't know, Gumayusi is no longer with T1. And I think that's probably the best choice he could make for himself, considering the environment. But maybe a lot of us just kind of hoped that it wouldn't turn out this way. I don't know. It's kind of hard. After I went through my first cycle of the stages of grief, my first thought was, well, I guess that means I don't have to wake up super early to watch T1 games live anymore. And then my immediate thought after that was, am I a T1 fan? So now I feel like I have to kind of rethink everything. Like, what? Huh. Interesting. I think for me personally, the reason why I followed T1 wasn't specifically for any one individual player, but for them, the core ZOFGK roster. But then this year, specifically when everything was happening with Gumayusi, I became one of those people who were like, well, obviously somebody needs to be in his corner. So now, no matter what, I will root for him. Because I just want him to be happy and to do what he needs to do to achieve his definition of success for himself. So yeah, I would definitely want to support him as an individual no matter where he goes. Just kind of at that place where I'm like, what does that mean as a fan of the team? Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know, maybe I'm just being dramatic. But then I was thinking about it, and I had the same thought. It sucks because I'm taking like 14 business days to edit my last video, which I recorded a while ago, which I went on this whole tangent, which I'll probably just clip it and put it here because it was a whole thing. You know what I think one of the greatest things about esports that few other sports has is the fact that there are only 5 players on the team. Sometimes 6, but we're not going to talk about that. Because in football or whatever, you mostly support teams that are your area teams or have some other kind of meaning. Some people choose their teams based on the uniform colors or their logos, right? There are people who follow one specific player around for whatever team they play for, but there's a lot of players, so it's hard to like care too much, I guess, about each individual player. But what I really love about esports is that there's only 5, and of course every player is different, so it's so interesting to kind of learn who they are as people and support them as the team, because not only do I like the game, but I genuinely like the players as people. And of course, we don't know them, but when you like the players as people, it makes it so much easier to support the team, right? And to cheer for them. Oh, sweet summer child. Girl, you have no idea. And then people were saying like, oh, they must have known like a while ago and that's why they're being so distant or whatever. And it kind of reminded me of like, do you guys remember like earlier in the year? Like obviously they got to a point where they were really ramping up, and I think it was MSI maybe. I don't recall exactly, but they were like doing really well. And then after MSI, they were basically like one of the top 2 teams and kind of came out of nowhere, I think. And then all of a sudden they lost. I think it was to HLE maybe. And then it was just like they crumbled for a while. And everyone was like, what is going on? Like, it seems like they're not on the same page. They're obviously not communicating very well. And I'm just wondering, like, was that when they all found out? Was that when he decided? And then everybody was just kind of like, going through their own version? They're going through their own stages of grief there. You know what I mean? Like, that would make a lot of sense. And then it reminded me of Zeus. I remember watching the 2024 Worlds Finals, and then when Zeus came on stage and everyone was like, dang, he looks like he's like sleeping on the stage. I wonder if it, like, he had already known he wasn't going to be on that roster anymore after that day. Because like that would explain like he seemed out of it a little bit. Like, he seemed checked out emotionally. So I wonder if, like, he knew at that moment that he wasn't gonna, that this was it. I don't know. So we'll see, I guess, where it goes from here. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this. I just thought I would get this out of my system, at least, and talk about it. We don't know what happened. I mean, we know that the beginning of the year with the Smash situation, which there was at the time a lot of speculation that Guma had like some personal ties to Smash, if I remember correctly, and that maybe because Guma, he's the one who discovered Faker, and that he kind of was on, oh my gosh, my sleeves are wet because I washed my face. That Guma discovered Faker, so he was like looking for his next big like discovery, I guess, and maybe he thought he saw something in Smash, but the way that it went about was a little bit honestly, I could see, I think Atlas, not my cat Atlas the Atlas the LCK caster, he mentioned somewhere that he thinks that situation, and I agree, that it seemed like the decision to sub in Smash was kind of like a reactionary, like, panic decision, given the fact that Doran was like a last minute roster change that they weren't expecting, and obviously if they were shooting for Worlds, or they're shooting for, obviously, of course they're gonna shoot for Worlds, then now at that time would probably be the most beneficial time to sub him in and see things and test the waters and get the data and do what you need to do to make sure that you make the best decision for the team moving forward. And I completely agree. I think that was a very fair point. I think it most likely was more of a panic decision versus like there's a personal vendetta against Gumayusi, but who really knows, right? Like, who really knows? Oh, to be a fly on the wall. I would love to know all of the juicy news. Ultimately, we know that Guma endured way more than he deserved to, whether it was for his benefit or not. At the end of the day, obviously what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? But I mean, it just kind of sucks because it was like, did this need to happen? Maybe it did. Maybe it did so that Guma could get some recognition, because there are those people that are like, he just Faker's the horse that's just dragging everybody across the finish line, right? And there are people that are saying that it's as long as Owner and Carry and Faker are there, then this team is basically like unbeatable. So maybe he will go somewhere where he can be someone that's valued for his contribution to the team. I mean, because obviously if Faker, Owner, and Carry aren't on that team and he's able to do and succeed and achieve whatever it is he wants to achieve, then what can they say about him then? I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling to me that he has to go somewhere else to prove that to anybody. I don't know if that's what his goal is now, because ultimately he wanted to prove it to himself and he did. So what's next for him? Also, T1 Gal, what's happening with them? Are they gonna just, I think it's kind of insane to me to think that these people who've like basically made it their whole personality to like hate this man to the extent that they would bully his family, his fans, and spend so much money. They basically made it their whole personality. Like, you think that they're just gonna stop? Does nobody think that they're just gonna follow him wherever he goes? Like, I'm seeing all these posts that are like, he had to do this to get away from T1 Gal. And I'm just like, okay, like, I understand. He definitely had to, like, what else can he do? But you think that leaving T1 is going to, like, if you can see that T1 fans are willing to even consider leaving the T1 fandom to follow Gumayusi, wouldn't the same be true for T1 Gal? who are supposedly fans of T1 who absolutely detest Guma, like, if they made it their whole personality to hate this man for more than 1 year, chances are at least a few of them are willing to follow him too. So how's that going to solve the issue? And from what I understand, like, what they're doing is pretty much legal in South Korea, from what I understand. So I mean, what could T1 do at that point? But also, what was the incentive to do anything? Because I guess T1 Gallery, they buy merch. I know they bought up a bunch of Smash stuff, right? When Smash was subbed in, because they were like trying to get behind. Well, I mean, I'm sure some people were truly, genuinely Smash fans. And some people were truly, generally Guma haters and were just doing whatever they could to get him out of there. But I feel like it's kind of like the situation where, like, the dog is chasing their tail, right? Or the dog, what is the saying? Like, the dog is chasing a car, or a dog is chasing the tail. Like, what do they do when they get it? Their whole goal in life was to hate this person. Now he's gone. What's their new goal? Like, what is the point in their life anymore? I don't think they're just gonna give up and be like, okay, yay, now we can just support and be happy and, you know. No, people who go to those kinds of lengths to hate on people, to bully people, don't stop bullying and hating just because their excuse is gone. They've come up with a new excuse. Maybe they'll go to another person. I mean, who would it be? Doran? Is it going to be whoever pays or whoever takes Guma's spot? So basically, that's not a resolution to the problem, is what I'm saying. I'm so sad. And I don't know, I wonder if he was a solo laner, if it would be different. I think a big thing for me is, like, the Guma Carrier duo. I have no idea what my thoughts are right now. I think I just needed to talk about it. I don't know, maybe we all saw it coming, but we were just kind of in denial, right? Like, no way. No way. I've seen even people are like, oh, he's just gonna resign again. But I don't think he would go to those lengths to, like, make the goodbye video just to be like, just kidding. But anyway, am I a T1 fan? I'm like I think I'm at a crossroads right now, and I never thought I would be. And this is another situation, which is probably a downfall of, like, what I found to be the most amazing thing about esports in general. And maybe this is the universe saying, are you sure? Maybe there's a reason why they don't market them this way, for these specific reasons, because when roster changes need to be made, because they do, roster changes need to be made one way or another, for one reason or another, it's gonna happen. And then you lose fans? I'm like, also, this jersey, this is a Zeus jersey, by the way. And I was this close to buying a Gumayusi Worlds jersey this year. But the only reason why I did it is because of fucking tariffs. I didn't want to pay $200 in tariffs. I guess I'm thankful that I didn't buy another jersey for the freaking jersey graveyard. Am I just... Am I the problem? I'm struggling, you guys. This is a sport, I understand. Roster changes need to happen. Whether it be for performance, for money, for, in this case, most likely, like, to pursue better challenges. 3 times world champion. I mean, what other goal is there? Probably to get, like, more regional stuff to succeed outside of Faker and T1. But I can't be the only one, right? Who's, like, questioning. Am I the only one who's over here, like, am I a T1 fan? Am I gonna have to be a freaking HLE fan? Girl, look at my complexion. You think I would look good in orange? It ain't happening, bro. I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens from here, I guess. I just kind of wanted to get some of my thoughts out. If this gets posted, thank you for listening to my rant. I posted on my Instagram. I posted it on my stories like, oh my gosh, I'm so devastated. And my sister responded, she's like, did he die? I'm like, I have literally nobody to talk to about it. Like, come on now. Did he die? I'm like, I mean, I guess if you look at it objectively, it's a little bit crazy, right? Like, what? I'm devastated because he moved to another team. As if I'm not like... But to be fair, to be fair, I kind of felt the same way when Marc-Andre Fleury and Ryan Reeves left the Golden Knights, okay? So it's not like this is a new thing, right? I did also feel sad about that. Anyway, so I guess you guys will find out. I guess we'll all find out together if I will continue being a T1 fan. Maybe I never was. But I do know one thing. I will continue to be a league fan. Why do I feel unsure about even saying that? What is happening? Ultimately, I think everybody's gonna be okay. We're all gonna be okay. We're gonna have to just wait and see what happens with Pays if he comes to T1, which it seems like it's all but announced, right? So, and I think Pays has a prior relationship with a couple of the players on T1, so I don't think it's gonna be too much of an adjustment, maybe. I don't know much about Pays as a player. Listen, this is all I'm gonna say. If you're a T1 fan, or if you're just a Gumayusi fan, let's not take any of our feelings out on Pays. I think assuming he's the one who's gonna take over, I think anybody would jump at the opportunity to play on T1, considering, you know, Faker, owner, Carrier. It's weird to say Carrier without Gumayusi in front of it. Oh boy, this is hard. Anyway, yeah, so let's just, if you channel all your feelings as support for whoever you're supporting instead of trash talking and bringing down whoever you're not trying to support, if that makes sense. Like, obviously, if you don't want Pays there, you don't have to like actively talk shit on him or bully him or his fans. You could just move on and support whoever you want to support. If you want to support Guma, you want to support Carrier, you want to support owner, Faker, Doran, or somebody completely different. Freaking Lehens. I don't know. I can't. I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, I guess we're all gonna find out. We're gonna find out what happens. We're gonna find out if I'm gonna have to buy an orange ass fucking stupid jersey. We're gonna find out. Wow. Maybe I am not a T1 fan. I feel like I'm having a midlife crisis right now. Am I the only one? Please tell me. Please tell me I'm not the only one feeling like I'm having you're having a midlife crisis. Like, is this? Anyway. So yeah, those are my thoughts so far. If there are more, I'm sure there are going to be more. Then I can update you if you'd like. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know. What do you think? What are you guys feeling about this? I think it's definitely not cut and dry. I mean, maybe it is to some people. Maybe some people are like, meh, I don't care. I just want T1 to win. And that's completely fine. That's completely fine. I mean, if you're looking at it just like a traditional sport, I guess that's how you would, right? Because thinking about like football, like I don't care. I'm a Rams fan, but I could give two shits. I mean, I'll be honest, when we're talking about Steven Jackson and Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp, like those all, I get it. Like, I was like, oh, but I never thought, oh, am I going to be a freaking Seahawks? And no, not even for a second. Contemplating everything right now because Gumayusi. What? I didn't even like Gumayusi in the beginning. That's actually not the truth. I didn't really care either way in the beginning. Why did I become a T1 fan? Oh, my lunch is over. I've been just sitting here yapping about this for over half hour. Anyway, thank you for listening to me rant about this and witnessing my midlife crisis. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about it. And I will catch you on the next one.
구마유시로 남아있을 테니까 끝까지 응원해 주셨으면 좋겠습니다. It's not the end of the world. It's not. Why does it feel like it's the end of the world if it's not the end of the world? I feel like I just have to be rethinking my whole life choices right now. I'm having a